Hello again! This is Jesh Nix here with another commentary on my Tony Hawk and Boom Boom Sabotage review. And this is the last one I'm going to be doing for a while because I'm intending to do commentaries for every 5 reviews I do and just simply look back, talk about them, say what did I like and what did I not like, what should I have done instead, and such. So anyhow, Tony Hawk and Boom Boom Sabotage. This is actually sort of a bit of an interesting story. Okay, so it was one day for my part-time job at the time, I was working in a grocery store, and for that job, my dress code is required for me to wear a white collar shirt with a black tie and black dress pants and black dress shoes and black socks. So yeah, it's a pretty clean store. So anyhow, my current pair of pants I was wearing at the time, I've been wearing them for about a year, and then one day I took a look at the pants and then suddenly noticed how in the crotch area it was starting to tear away pretty badly, and then there's holes now, and I'm like, that's no good. I need to get a new pair of pants, and so had to go out shopping for a new pair of dress pants. And then one of my friends also at the same time got a new job working in a bakery at a Target, and she had to go get some work clothes as well. So we went out on the town to go find more clothes, work clothes, and so we went to this thrift store, St. Vincent thrift store, I think it was called. Yeah, something like that. But we went to this thrift store, and then she was looking at work shirts for Target. You know, they have red shirts and such. And then I was just simply browsing around, and then, of course, curiosity always gets me about what should I look for. Maybe what do they have in DVDs? And then I looked over there, and then out of the DVD pile, one thing that stuck out to me the most was this DVD case with the title on it, Tony Hawk and Boom Boom Sabotage. And I was going, what the hell is this? And I picked up and looked at it, and then first thing that caught my attention on the cover is that near the bottom right-hand corner, the Funimation logo is right there. I was like, wait a second. Funimation had something to do with a CGI feature featuring Tony Hawk in it? I need to take a better look at this, and so took a look at the back, and then the summary on the back was mostly about Grimly, a circus leader, about his story, and then suddenly it's like, okay, if this summary's talking mostly about this guy, then does it mean this movie's mostly about him and that he could be the hero? Or then no, it's like, no, Grimly is this bad guy who plans to ruin Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huck Jam and replace it with a circus. I was like, that's a very misleading summary on the movie, if you get, but I guess it sort of played to my expectations about what to expect, but it was just a messed up summary. And then I was like, okay, I need to take a look at this movie, and it was for $3, and I was like, okay, I'm sold, I'll take it. And then later, after I got the movie, me and my friend, we went to her apartment, and then I was like, hey, I got this movie, and then showed it to her. I was like, oh my god, that looks like it could be a bad one. And then it's like, well, but I was like wondering, what the heck does Funimation have to do with it? And so eventually I figured it out. Funimation didn't quite do anything talent-wise with the film. They were simply the distributors of the film, sort of like how Disney distributes Miyazaki films, but of course doing English dubs on that, but they just mostly distribute it. No, Funimation just simply distributed the film, and I was like, okay, so that's good for me. None of their talent was involved with it. All the talent stuff that was done for this, it was mostly done in Canada, I believe. Yeah. That's right. For such a really strange movie, it's all because of Canada, and then suddenly, now we gotta play South Park, so I'm like, blame Canada! But anyhow, me and my friend watched it at her place, and then we watched it through, and then it's like, oh. Our initial viewing, we found it pretty as bad as we expected. I mean, God, no. Why? Who in the right mind would make this? Who? Just why? Just, oh, God. Yeah, this moment right there, that really got to me. My friends go like, yeah, it was just bad. I mean, this guy, like, this story, this doesn't make sense at all. I mean, they seem to be, like, sort of pandering to this guy, this freak named Grimly, and yet he's the villain, and it's like, no, that's just messed up. I mean, the way that sort of been pandering, you would think he would be the good guy, but no, he's a villain. Life didn't give him lemons, and so he's looking to steal some lemons. Yeah, and so after that, I was like, okay, you know what? I need something to do after my Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus review, so put this on the list. I'm doing this right away after that. I have to review this. And so, therefore I did, and that's how I got here. So that was my story of how I came across this. So, alright, when I was writing up my review of this, I did some research on it. I Wikipedia it, and yeah, Wikipedia, right? Like I said before, it's mostly generally correct, but of course some things might be debatable, but it's mostly generally correct. So I researched it and then found out that people who made it, at the time it said Mainframe Entertainment, but it's now Rainmaker. It's in Canada, and I found out that what they've done mostly is make Barbie movies. Yeah. The people who made Princess classic movies is trying to make a skateboard movie. I was like, oh god, that was so set up for fail right there. And that just no. I don't know what they were thinking about this. I mean, the guy who wrote it was like Ben Burden Smith, and then a joke I actually hopefully wanted to do in this with this review is that for the opening credit sequence, for the names of the people who were being credited for their spots in the movie, like the director, producer, and such, and for some strange reason, they put down the names of the people down in different font styles. I mean, and my idea was that I had hoped to do a joke with that about that in the review, and that go like, man, there's like so many different fonts for the characters. They're like, is the fonts actually supposed to portray the actual people, what they're mostly known for? And so it's like, there's like one for Gregory Little, I think it was like Gregory Little, and then hit the font for his name was like Chinese. I was going like, and it's like Gregory Little raised up on Chow Mein and on the wrong side of Chinatown, and then there's this one for this one. It's definitely a lady, I can show you, that's like Sharon Wood, and then her font was like, it's like sexy mama MILF sort of font. So of course, like, when her name come up, I was gonna just simply say MILF. But then, of course, time-wise, I was finding, okay, this movie has so much to offer for me to joke around about. I mean, if you watch the movie, there's a lot more than what I'm putting in here, because time-wise, I try to aim for reviews to be about 20 minutes, and then with this one, I mean, this movie gave me so much opportunity, and yet I had to make my selection and just be quick with it as soon as I can, because I don't want to go overboard on very lengthy reviews, because Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, that is my longest review to date, up to about 29 minutes, so yeah, I have to be very time constrained on my reviews. I don't want to go over, because that'll take up a lot of time. So yeah, that moment right there, that was like the crowning achievement moment of this movie. A dwarf flying over a mountain and rainbow coming out of his ass. Like, what the hell? I mean, Ben Burden Smith. I mean, oh yeah, by the way, his font in the opening credits for Ben Burden Smith as a credited writer, it was like cracked concrete, and it was like, Ben Burden Smith, he's cracked. So that was my joke for that right there, and because it's true, because this story is like messed up. It's messed up. It's like, who I thought could be the actual potential good guy in this movie is not. And then who I think is a bad guy turns out to not be. And then it's like, no, that's, get your priorities straight. You need, know your target audience. Try to get the point across about who could be the potential victim and bad guy here and the good guy. And like, no. And these kids, they were so unnecessary, because when you have a title to be officially called Tony Hawk and Boom Boom Sabotage, I mean, you would think the Tony Hawk would be the good guy in all of it. He should be the hero, but then, nope, he gets captured, and then this entire flick is about a bunch of kids that I don't give a damn about, and they try to rescue him. And it's like, no, but I mean, that's all the kids are good for, is that they just simply are the rescuers. And but otherwise, throughout the rest of the film, they hardly do jack shit. I mean, they just skate when they were supposed to be finding Tony, and yet that's all they seem to be doing to me, is that they're just skating. They're not doing anything at all. They don't care. I mean, Frank, the elder Air Force veteran, he's no help at all either. I mean, if he's in the Air Force, he should be smart. He should be at least decently smart. Like, figure out, okay, this guy, I mean, this famous skateboarder, he could have been kidnapped, but then, nope, I'm old, so I don't get it. So, you kids have to go find him yourself. I don't care. Yeah, it's just, no. The characters, it's like, they need to be reworked, because this story needs to be reworked, but by God, I mean, the way it is right now at this point, I mean, I actually kind of have fun just simply poking around with this, just like, there's just, it's a bad movie, don't get me wrong, it's messed up, but it's just one of those enjoyably bad movies to watch. I mean, got time to kill him? Go ahead and watch it and be amused. But then, not like Mega Shark vs. Crunchosaurus, as I mentioned in the commentary for that one. It's just that, as I said before, there's enjoyably bad and then unpleasantly bad. Mega Shark unpleasantly bad, I do not want to watch it again, otherwise I feel like I may kill someone. It's just, yeah, I'd rather commit crime than watch it. Don't make me watch it. And then suddenly crime sprees went up 20% because of the movie. But Tony Hawk and Boom Boom Sabotage, it's enjoyably bad. I mean, it's messed up. There's choices, they're strange, and yet I just really have fun watching it. So that's simply my take on it. And as for what I said earlier in this review about what I think of the kids, is that the guy with the long hair and black shirt, I kind of sort of know their names. I mean, the leader, the kid with the black hair, black shirt, and long hair, his name is Cut. And then, from my impression, from what I think of from seeing this movie, I guess he's like the Fred of the gang. He's the leader, but just like Fred, he hardly has any personality going for him. I mean, he talks, yes, but then, like, that's just about it. He just simply talks. So, yeah, my God, these people are like the Mystery Inc. game from Scooby-Doo. I mean, there's, my God, it's like someone trying to be the it person, and then there's a girl that could be a potential lesbian, and then a guy in a green shirt, and then the kids like the Scooby-Doo, just stupid and such, but then, my God, no. But still, these kids, I just hate them. I hate them. Well, except for Steve. Well, Sage, I mean, his name is Sage, and then I didn't exactly quite get that from my first initial viewing, but then after watching this time over and over again, and then I finally caught his name is Sage, I was going like, okay, that I got a good joke for that one. How often do I run into characters that are named that have the same name as a pretty much somewhat well-known internet personality? So I just have to go along with that. Yeah, that moment right there, that's believe me, I guess that was pretty much worth the $3 I paid for the video, and like that right there. Like $3. Tony screams like a girl, and then like, okay, that was worth it. That was worth it. Funny and worth it. And then it's like, I guess that's sort of channeling Obscure's Lupin for me with that. As like, oh my god, this is so bad yet it's so good. It's like, oh yes. This is bad the way I like it. Okay, yeah. So, and then I had to go from there. Yeah, Frank. For someone who's in the Air Force, you would think he would finally figure it out by now. I mean, he and the mayor talks, and then like Frank goes, well, I hope Tony's alright with his limo driver. And Mayor goes like, yeah. Wait, what? Limo driver? I never gave him a limo driver. And then Frank goes like, oh, well then, who's Marshall the limo driver for Tony then? He's like, Mayor goes like, I don't know, but the only Marshall I know is working for my cousin. And of course, in the movie, he never establishes that he has other cousins. So who else is the mayor's cousin? Grimly. Frank, just get it right, man. You should know better by now, alright? But then, it all comes together in the end, so what the hell? I don't care, just let him be stupid. I don't care anymore about him, I don't give a damn. But, oh yeah, this part, yeah, Scarface, yeah. This one, I had fun actually editing this one together, just like opening, no personality goes, now! And then like they're taking on a bunch of circus freaks with fireworks, go like, okay, I have to use that Scarface line, what was it again? Oh yeah, say hello to my little friend! And then, of course, as I watched it over again, it's like, okay, I know this looks familiar to me, but where have I seen it before? Like, people being fireworks flying around all over the place, people dodging them, and it's like, okay, I know I've seen this one before, and then suddenly it occurred to me, it's like, oh yeah, it's like the rooftop scene from Mary Poppins, Second Time, and then include that. But, yeah, that right there is like, okay, there's no way. That was just a bit of a stupid move right there. Like, go down a slide. I mean, they're driving down a slide and then they keep on going, and instead of hitting the brake, I mean, like, I don't know what's stopping them from braking, because the bad guys are not going down the slide. They don't seem to be able to get to them. So why not just stop and then put the boogie on park and just do it that way? But instead they had to keep on going, and then the kid leaves the buggy cart unmanned, and then it's like, okay, there's no way that is not, okay, that's gonna be flying out of the slide pretty soon, but unfortunately no, it gets to the end, but still flies out, and like, what the heck was that place anyhow? I mean, this movie has this very, very strange setting, as I pointed out before. It's like, it's a city, it's a wasteland, it's a tropical jungle, it's a mountain with a slide. I mean, like, what the heck was that place? I just don't get it. It's just so many different settings in a supposed radius. I mean, what the heck could this be? Is it like Hawaii, Nebraska, Illinois? It's like, what the hell? And then that guy right there, that one intelligent saying is the it kid, like, he's easily he's the most annoying character from the movie because he's like doing that there. It's like yo yo yo, and then he's like, I mean, he's trying to pretend to be a black guy, and he's like, why? And like, kid, no, I do not know what you think is cool, but what you are doing, it is not cool. Trying to pretend to be a gangster, no, that's wrong. You're being an idiot. He says some of the worst lines in this movie. It's like, I just want to hit him, like, here, you want to be black? There, you're black. I just hit you, give you a bruise. Just, ugh. Hate him. But that's one of the bad aspects of the films. Like, they don't get it straight right away about who the villain and bad guy should be, and then that kid, the one trying to be pretending like he's cool, he's got swag. Like, no, he doesn't have swag. He's stupid. Dropped on the head, I'm pretty sure, or his cable box got stuck on the BET network. that's probably it right there. Yeah, just no. I hate him. And yeah, I just simply made these. So that statement right there goes along the lines that Tony Hawk Boom Boom Sabotage is Tony Hawk's Space Jam Kazam. It's like these sports stars. I mean, just because they've been in commercials and they're pretty awesome at sports doesn't mean they can act in a movie, okay? I mean, Space Jam I liked at the time, but now not so much, but it's not one of the worst movies I guess I've seen. I mean, just for me, personally, but Kazam I have not quite seen, so don't know much about that. And Tony Hawk, it's just, this movie, I don't get it. Why was this produced in the first place? But then, as I sort of mentioned in the reviews, like, okay, I think this might have been a demonstration for motion capture skateboarding, and because they had that pretty big list in the opening credits, and a good chunk of this movie is nothing but skating scenes that do not exactly do anything at all for the story or any character development. I mean, like, we know they skate, so why did they keep skating? I mean, my God, so much skate scenes in this movie. I mean, it just simply should have been titled Tony Hawk and Skate. In other words, you could have watched anything else Tony Hawk done. Look up YouTube clips for him and such. Don't watch this movie. Well, I don't mean don't watch. I mean, if you want something bad to watch, go ahead. Look at this one. I highly recommend it. It's fun to watch. It's like, it's something to be seen, to believe. And so, as for a movie that was produced by a bunch of people who usually tend to make Barbie movies, it's not that bad. Soundtrack is not terrible. I mean, I actually, after working on this for like about a few weeks, I've grown accustomed to it, and it's not that bad. Not the worst, but not that bad. And so yeah, for a bunch of people who made Barbie movies, this is pretty decent breakaway from that. And I think they made some other movies, but at the top of my head right now, I cannot figure out what to go along with that and such. So, I'll see you all next time. Alright, so about this ending right here is that I took the sound effect from Amnesia, and that I was intending to make this leanway to a future review because, alright, so so listen closely to that. I got a very special review coming your way soon, and I was intending to have that review come after this, but unfortunately due to late circumstances that have happened lately, that review's being pushed back. So, but I got the Italian movie, I figured, you know what, I should review that one, and that ending can actually transition pretty nicely into that review, so I'll go on with that one instead. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. All I got now for commentaries. I just simply want to say thank you to everyone who's been following me all the way now. Thank you for your support, and I can't wait for future reviews, so stick around. Thanks a lot.